Emily Nasrallah, Wikipedia audio. Emily Daoud Nasrallah was a Lebanese writer and women's rights activist. She graduated from the American University of Beirut in 1958 with a BA in Education and Literature, but soon achieved acclaim for her writing with the publication of her first novel, Birds of September, in 1962. The book earned her instant praise and 3 Arabic literary prizes. She became a prolific writer, publishing many novels, children's stories, and short story collections touching on themes such as family, village life, war, emigration and women's rights. The latter was a subject she has maintained support for throughout her life. Emily Daoud Abi Rajd was born in the small village of Al-Kafir on July 6, 1931 to Loutfa, née Abu Nasr and her husband Daoud Abi Rajd. The eldest of 6 children, she grew up working in the village fields with her parents, an experience that would have later echoes in her writings. She watched the village emptying and family members emigrating in search for greener pastures, especially that the village offered feeble educational and professional prospects. Kafir's public school only received students at the age of 6, but the 4-year-old's passion for learning drove her to eavesdrop on the classes, the school being adjacent to her parental home. She used to recite the poems and stories she heard to her father and his friends. Her maternal uncle Ayub Abu Nasr, a fellow of the New York Penn League, took special interest in her education when he returned from emigration due to a neurological illness. He quickly recognized her talent and encouraged her learning. He would often ask her to write descriptive essays of Mount Hermon, for example, which helped broaden her imagination and further her writing skills. Biography. After finishing her studies at the elementary public school of the village, which only offered education till the 3rd elementary grade at that time, Nasrallah wrote a letter to her second maternal uncle, an expatriate businessman in West Virginia, expressing her interest in pursuing higher education and explaining her family's dire financial circumstances that prevented her from paying private schooling fees. Her uncle granted her wish and paid for her tuition. She left her hometown when she was 16 years of age to pursue her education at the Choueya Fat National College, a boarding school in the suburbs of Beirut. She studied in the Choueya Fat School for 4 years. During this period her passion for literature deepened as she became an avid reader. She compensated for the absence of a library in her hometown with spending many hours at the Choueya Fat School library. Since she had no resources to buy books, she smuggled Mika Ilnaima and Khalil Gibran books, which would influence her writing career greatly, from the college library in order to read them illicitly in her bed. Her fondness of reading was ever growing. She admitted enjoying the interesting reading material found in the journal and magazine shreds that enveloped dragées and other sweets. Nasrallah credited Nassim Nasser, her Arabic language teacher, for helping to develop her writing skills and orienting her through his red correction pen harsh criticism. He was the first to publish her writings in The Telegraph, a local Beirutan magazine, in 1949 and 1950. He also encouraged and selected her to participate in composition and rhetoric contests. After graduation, Nasrallah's parents wanted her to come back to Kafir and teach at the village school, as they did not wish for her to live alone in the city. She decided otherwise and came back to Beirut, where she tutored Edvik Shehboub's children. Edvik, editor-in-chief of Saut al-Mar'a magazine, offered her the opportunity to publish articles in her magazine and encouraged her to settle in Beirut. In 1955, Amal Makdisi Cortez offered Nasrallah a job and lodging at the school in Wadi Abu Jamil. She taught for 2 hours daily at the school where Hanan al-Sheikh had been her pupil. She fell short of paying her college education tuition and was financially aided by her friend and colleague at the Ilya School, Jalila Srour. She also tutored, wrote magazine articles in Saud al-Mar'a and lent her voice to the national radio to repay her debt to Jalila and pay for her college education at the Beirut College for Women and the American University of Beirut, where she majored with a Bachelor of Arts in Education and Literature in 1958. In 1955, Nasrallah was introduced to Jacqueline Nahas, a journalist at As-Sayed Publishing House, and started her 15 years-long career at As-Sayed magazine writing in the Society News section. She also contributed articles to Al-Anwar newspaper. Between 1973 and 1975, she worked as cultural and public relation consultant at the Beirut University College before joining Fayraz magazine from 1981 till 1987 as feature editor. Emily married Philip Nasrallah, a chemist from Zali, in 1957 while still in college. The couple had 4 children: Ramzi, Maha, Khalil, and Mona. Emily never left Beirut even at the height of the Lebanese Civil War. She became one of the Beirut decenturists. Nasrallah A Cat's Diary figured on the 1998 IBBY honor list. The book depicts the horrors of war in Beirut from the viewpoint of Zico, a Siamese cat, and his friend, the girl Mona. On August 28, 2017, the Goethe Institute awarded Nasrallah with the Goethe Medal, an official decoration of the Federal Republic of Germany honoring non-Germans for meritorious contributions in the spirit of the Institute. On February 6, 2018, President Michel Aoun decorated her with the Cedar Medal of Honor, Commander rank. Nasrallah said on the occasion that this was one of the happiest days of her life. When due to health reasons, Nasrallah was unable to attend the award event scheduled to be held at the Presidential Palace. President Aoun sent Minister of Justice Salim Jariasati to represent him in Nasrallah's house, where the decoration ceremony took place. Early life. Youth in the boarding school. College and career. Career in journalism. Personal life. Works. Novels. Short stories. Children's literature. Non-fiction. Awards and honors. Notes.